We're live.
This is committee of conference on the 2025 budget. And we were gonna pick up with the deal bill, which we have just passed out this afternoon. There were a couple of ways in which that bill was influencing the budget. The first was that we needed to update the education payment line for the final as we've got it today, and that's the 1,893,300. It's the same as on the Outlook sheet. And it's the same as this document here. So, what line that is,
I'm looking.
on our sheet here that we can,
E505,
E505,
so line 49.
49.
Mm-hmm.
So,
New number.
we can close that out. In addition, we did include the, there's a position at the Agency of Education that we had anticipated, and that was included. And that's on a line here somewhere, I believe.
It was one before the original one. It was on the end. Yeah.
152.
What?
152. And to be clear, the position is gonna be in the field bill, but the money is in the budget.
Right,
Uh-huh.
okay. And it will be on the position lines of,
Yeah.
what is that, like the D?
It won't be, it's not gonna be created in the budget, it's created in the yield
Yield
bill, so
bill.
it won't be. in
We're just funding
the
out the budget.
You know, would it make sense for you this year as well?
The yield, did it, did the yield
The
bill,
appropriations in the yield bill.
or did it get both?
I mean, for the position as well.
Yes.
And the creation of the position is in there too?
So,
Do we put it in the D100 just for positions?
Well, then maybe,
Yeah.
maybe we will offer an amendment, maybe my committee before that, was taken up to,
Move it to
move
here.
it to the budget.
Both, I don't know where its future is, I just don't wanna lose its position in the shuffle.
All right, so if it's in the yield bill as it got passed, are you checking or are you
Checking.
confirming?
I am confirming, but
Well, you're nodding your head, so I wasn't
It's
sure how to interpret your,
it should be in.
The position is in here,
the yield bill should be right there.
yeah, and to the extent that there are funds available, there is appropriation. So the appropriation is in the yield bill as passed by this committee.
No,
And,
it said to the extent funds are available.
but it says is appropriated. So funds will be available.
Right.
We
Okay.
should have probably, we should either amend, we should
I think
do,
it'll be, on this committee, I can do an amendment
Oh.
from the committee on the yield bill. And then we'll put the funding and the position in here.
Okay.
No one knows exactly what's gonna be the fate of that, bill.
Okay, so I'm writing Senator Pitcher role then.
Yeah, but that's the yield bill itself.
Right,
Okay,
I understand,
so we will create the position here,
right.
uncreated here. And then the yield bill, okay.
Then I have two others.
Well, I've got,
Oh, you got one, okay, is the thing, they use the 25 million.
yeah, that's my next thing.
Okay.
So the other part, in order to get, the yield bill as it was passed out, actually is reducing the tax rate down, to 12.5% increase. And part of doing that was, we had some discussion, about 25 million of the surplus that we anticipated. And we had to make that, definite because you have to calculate it in the yield, it can't be contingent. So, that means that we have to go back and restructure, what's in the money and then what falls to the contingent fund, similar to what we had to do with the 4.7. So, those are the three pieces that the yield bill,
Something has to give first. I know that I've been around, there's been a little bit of a holdout on there for a couple of other things, but I think things are coming together at a point where I think I can be okay with that, Madam Chair.
I will simply say, in order to do that, to bring it down, the yield bill, as it was passed here, increases short-term rental by 3%. You had 1.5%. The cloud tax And
It's
of
less.
course,
It's
yeah,
less than this one.
well, no, it's the same, and it's.
So you kept the cloud tax.
They kept the cloud tax, but it just raises less.
The cloud tax is, yes, they made some small changes.
2.7
But,
first year.
But if anybody wants to look at your outlook,
Oh, yes, I do.
this,
Yeah.
you will
The
see,
impact that it has on it.
well, that's how you get down to the 12.5. But if we put in 25 million to buy down the impact of school spending. And if you look at year-end unallocated, the current year has 31 million. It's anticipated 25 will be 530,000. There's nothing, we cleaned the clock in order to get the property tax increase as low as possible. So if next year's spending,
And this is
That's
where
not-
that's
that's
the
the
thing. This is a one-time, yeah, exactly, and this is the part that the pain that's gonna be moving forward. I think we all agree that the, our constituents and Vermonters and the property tax has been incredibly stifling this year. But this is, we're only kicking this 25 million into next year's and it
Right,
will be
delay the inevitable.
bigger problem, but we'll see
Well,
where
yeah.
the school boards.
It's not solving the problem. It's a one-time
Yeah.
buy down.
I get, and that's the whole point.
That's what I want folks to know that.
And it's driven by spending. You can't increase
Right.
spending at,
Right.
double digits and not have
Right.
an increase in terms of the revenue. So we're in a great position of having to raise the revenue.
Right, we've
And
had
not
this
control the
opportunity.
spending.
With the opportunity, with the amount that we think is coming in on the surplus, if, it would make sense to see what we can do to help.
So in light of that, I wanted to, this is sort of what it would mean if we,
So this is what happens.
yeah, this is,
Yeah, that.
it's right here. And this is what we would move to get to the.
Okay, yes.
And that's, the FEMA match and the pension plus would get moved to the contingency.
Now, would you like to talk about why it's important to do here? But
Well,
it gets us there.
well, it's important to, change the order because this puts the 25 million into the one-time money that is in the bank.
Right,
And
it's in the bank, so we can run the yield based on that, not by some, we think it's gonna come in and
You
go out.
cannot do
I
that.
need to have it, yeah.
So that's why, we're restructuring the contingency, moving this up
To the one time.
to the one-time, in the money one-time list. And that means
Right.
moving the pension plus and the FEMA match, down. to the
Into the
contingency.
contingency.
Yeah.
Which
Right.
have a very, very, very high likelihood of being.
Yes, yeah, and this is, it's, and that will get us in the order of the contingency.
So you're, just to be clear, the 25 million is gonna stay on the contingency list, it'll just be at the top.
No,
It's gonna be
no,
in
It's
the-
going to the one.
No, it's in, we're moving, it's not on the contingency at all. The contingency is what gets funded out of the
Yeah.
year-end surplus. This moves, right now, we know that we have money available, and so
When you
this,
say one time in the money, isn't all for one time in the?
no,
What
No.
the
This,
contingency is all one time too.
I see. I just think it was different, but yeah, okay, all right, that's off the one time.
It's-
Yeah.
It's very confusing.
Yeah, no, I-
you wanna be able to have it solid
Yeah, yeah, I
in
get
there so that they can base the yield off of
Yeah.
it, not wait till July.
It's just
And these are
terminal.
things that,
Yeah, no, it's kind of confusing. So we have two one-time lists.
Right.
One is what we know we have for available money. And that's where the 25 has to go
Yeah.
because they have to know it in order to calculate the yield. And the tax rate. And then that means we've got to reaccommodate, what falls to the contingency. And this would,
Yeah.
would make up the 25.
not to confuse the public even further, but then we have that little ARPA contingency.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
That's
Well, we call
We
that the
call it
ARPA
ARPA.
suite.
the ARPA suite,
We call
okay.
that the ARPA
It's
suite.
a different thing.
It is a suite, yeah.
So we'll get an updated contingency list at
Yeah.
some point.
Yes, we will. 'Cause
And
we've
I
had
wanna see the
specific
education
yield.
fund outlook.
And that.
Oh,
We have copies
Probably,
it's
it's probably,
on the balance.
it's on JFO,
Yeah.
I would imagine. Or-
No, you
yeah,
have more of
yeah,
those.
it's got more.
Oh, good, that's what I, it's my other favorite. That whole thing.
Look
Look at the bottom line, Robin, and
Yeah.
cry.
I know.
How fun. All right, now, the other thing that's education related. And, I think Representative Shaw, you wanted to, present this, you gave me an earlier copy, and that is the corrections for some overpayments. And that relates to education, so I thought maybe this was a
Oh,
good
yeah.
time for you to present it.
Well, and so what I've since learned, Madam Chair, is that, the secretary, your secretary believes that it wouldn't be germane basically to this. So either it could be, an amendment to the yield bill, or we can deal with it in budget adjustment.
Oh.
Well, if I'm amending the yield bill, I could
You could
throw
add
this
that,
in.
yeah,
We could do an omnibus amendment to the yield bill.
that would be great, then they get their money sooner too.
Yeah, okay, I'll
That's the
confirm that.
towns, that's
That's
the
the
five
These are the
towns.
towns in the Northeast Kingdom, there's like 8 of them or
Yes.
something, that there was a,
Brunswick, Bloomfield, Canaan, East Haven,
some of them are very small amounts of money, $1,000.
Guilhall, Granby.
There's nobody that's really big in that list.
No,
No,
Leamington,
somebody's got 10,000.
Leamington, I bet that's a big one.
That's the biggest.
Yeah. We'd like to take care of
No,
them.
yeah, Leamington is $2,402.
That's the biggest.
Maybe that's a better thing for me to do.
It's
If you could do that in the yield bill, that would be great.
All right.
Thank you. I had a couple of other things if I still have the floor, and that's the lines 138 and 139 for that out of bed, the corrections related things. So line 139, we talked about the free trial supervision, and we have agreed that we should go back to the Senate language.
Because we want to.
So I want to be sure it's clear. Yeah.
Okay. All right,
We should get clarified.
Which
so
line?
139.
So line 139, we revert to the Senate language as passed by the Senate. No other
Okay, yeah,
corrections, just the
there we go.
Senate language straight up, okay?
That's the other side.
And the line before, I'm not entirely sure.
338.
338 we can close.
138.
138, I mean, yes, 338.1, line 138, we can just close that out. You have one?
Now we have still the language on the 312 and 313.
313, is that just?
This,
I don't have 313 of.
oh, no, that's healthcare providers.
I have through 12 open and through 13.
Yeah, 313 Katie is working on right now.
312, we did close
We
out.
did close 312, yeah.
I mean,
That's the opiate settlement fund? Oh,
It just makes it clear that, that there would be continued assurity of the funding.
we have language coming on that, that
Well,
that Senator Weston and I have agreed to.
for the AIDS HIV fund.
The syringe services, yes.
All right,
so that's line 124, that's open. And I have 126 open. And then 130, which we.
and 131, 132.
What do you?
And 112, 119.
And we closed out 148, the fees, right?
Yes.
Yes, you did.
So did we close,
Think if you wanted
did
to.
we close 112 or 119, lines 112?
We did not
We did not close
one.
them. And what
That's the
about,
residential fees.
I know we don't have the priority list yet for,
I, that's what I have right now, if you want, like, I have language here for one, what you just said,
for line 119.
300.3, yes. The House 300.3, line 112,
Oh, line 12.
What do you have?
okay.
If you,
Right.
if you would like this.
This is around the budget presentation for residential beds.
Yes. So, there were 2 sections that were struck by the Senate, and in talking with the Agency of Human Services, what was really being looked at is, you have, we have a number of things under development right now in terms of, what people sometimes refer to as high-end youth, in for residential support. So, some people call it woodside replacement. It's not really that. It's because it's a sort of array of different things. So one of the things that in House Human Services, and in the House in general, we became a little bit concerned about was, while DCF carries the ongoing operating costs for Woodside, so that's never been, reduced. They've been using that for supporting these youth in different ways. We felt that we needed to see what the anticipated costs for these different levels of care were going to come in at as compared to what they are currently holding for what Woodside was at the time that it closed. So that's just been carried forward each year. They've been utilizing it to support various youth in emergency
it's gonna be,
placements.
Um,
We want to make sure that we want to make sure that we're not necessarily committing ourselves to more. And if we are, then we want to know how much. Not all of these will be coming on
now this
line
would
next
be the-
year.
This be the one proposed for Virgin.
That would include the one proposed for Virgin's. It
One middle
includes
side.
and the sheriff's office space down south.
Oh.
So, yeah, I forget what they're calling that. Yeah,
Brett.
Okay. Want to take a look at this, everybody?
Has is that dollar number stayed flat in representative one?
we have not increased it.
They've just been using
They've
it.
just been using it, yes.
We just got that.
Oh, okay,
So
let's,
when you get a chance, you
Yeah.
finish it. Mhm.
okay.
Okay, so this is.
Now, let
300.
me ask, this is going November 15th to the different committees. And we're going to. I'm just wondering, the November 15th date, in light of an election, different memberships, et cetera. It's,
It could be January 15th.
I'm just thinking maybe, in light of. It wouldn't be action, I hate to use the term actionable because it reminds me of Donald Rumsfeld, but, November 15th. Probably. Isn't,
It's the best day. I hear you.
Oh,
All right.
you don't know.
unless you wanted, are you on justice oversight?
I am on joint justice oversight, yes.
Well, this is gonna get into a budgetary issue though, isn't it? Because
It is.
really, so why don't we,
You wanna make that January 15th?
I think it would make more
Okay.
sense in light of.
Who?
Will this be for budget
adjustment
too? It's gonna be involved.
It should not be, this is like planning for the future,
Okay.
They won't be opening Regens next year. That's, takes some time to, it would be the sort of fastest development building in history of state government.
I remember when that was operational.
Yeah.
Too.
And
January 15th, 2025,
Yeah.
that's something Grady can take care of that.
See here?
He's here, right behind you.
Okay,
He's nodding.
he's got it.
okay,
He's got it.
so with that, we can close out line
We're good.
112.
We pass it? Okay. We've got some updated language on that. I wanna make sure.
Does anyone feel like the
that
budget
with
in
it.
absence is about the equivalent of about 20 separate bills?
At least.
At least, yeah, I think so.
And we still have moved a lot of them on their own. And we still feel,
Well, okay,
all right, so we
oh,
don't.
no, wait a minute, 80 we closed out, the transfer from central garage,
Yes.
the defund, that's out. We did,
Did we, I'm looking back up to line 45.
Yeah, that's still
oh,
open.
that's 81 too, didn't we? That was-
Yes, we
Yeah.
closed 80
Yeah,
and 81.
yeah.
45 and 49, I suppose.
45,
I have open.
we've closed 49, because that's the ed that we just saw.
Okay.
But 45, were we having new language or something? Or what-
I just had a health
45.
discussion.
Which,
I've got S
45,
of
line
45, 338.1.
Oh, it's the 3%. I don't know why we would.
$300,000.
Isn't that just part of all the 3%? Is there something I like you
Maybe it was, because of the justice.
I think because of the other stuff we were looking
Well,
at.
I think it gets into, maybe the justice, the community justice center.
That's right. But I'll ask Emily,
And
I think it's,
we've got money for
we
that
have
in
some
the
money to put in.
Yeah.
For that, that's why.
So I think,
Okay, so hold that.
Hold that, or when we're gonna get
I'll
to it,
get
I
it.
think
I'll
it's
get
taken care of,
clarification.
just not yet.
That's
so I do think,
Yes.
Right, so we need language for that, or? I don't know where how that fits in addition to.
No, I think we
CoLs.
can put it in the.
Okay, so can we close this one then? Okay, so we can close this and the other will take care of the regular board.
okay, all right, play 45 because we're gonna be doing that, I imagine the replacement of C-120. The ones that we're
No,
doing there, the replacement of,
this is the.
No, it's sort of part of how you get the, when you finish the base.
yeah, I know,
Yeah.
I think it was,
Well, so are we gonna do,
Are you looking
we can talk about movies.
right,
at it?
what are we talking about when we get to what line?
This line, 338.1,
Line 45.
whether or not there's anything more you want to do.
All right, well, I got hold, so.
Yeah.
Right, okay,
I highlighted it, sorry.
all right.
Never erase that.
Can't erase the highlighter. You good in a week? Alright, we're gonna send this. We're gonna send this in language training.
That's where we have to follow.
Like,
I just.
so let me ask, after we did that whole thing with C-120, and we are in agreement that we had 270 for post-adoption services, does that stay on line 77?
No, I
That's
think,
gonna be moved to 317.1?
yeah,
Okay, so
I think
we could
We can cross
cross that out, knowing it's gonna end up, in
Okay.
a different section.
Okay, what's
Um,
Line 77 is moving to 317.E317.
line 77? It's moving.
It will actually end up being 317.2.
Oh, this is gonna be
317.2 is where it's going? Okay.
317.
I spelled it.
I just got Hannah, and the last name is GOTC.
Gotcha.
I'm coming up.
I only have to put in H and it brings it right up.
Guys, yeah,
Because it's.
That's funny, I just look at my screen and it says, you need to talk to Aaron. You know what's really bad is like, like when you go to do an email and it's like the most frequent Jim wasn't my husband. I was like, okay, I need to go home.
That could be dangerous.
That could be dangerous.
Hannah, if you just hold that for me to go with the amendment on the yield bill, I just don't want
Yes.
to, next year.
Okay.
All right, now, so, now, I guess we should probably go one-time updates in light of the changes that we talked about.
I think with the changes regarding the pension plus and the FEMA match.
Right.
And the 25 million for the property tax buy down, I think that.
Are they asking me to, or?
I don't know if there's anything else on the one times. There is a little bit of money on the bottom line, but I think it might.
So we may, Madam Chair,
Yeah.
need to pop out just to run down to go vote in, House Appropriations. And when they call us, 'cause they're doing a bill.
In-house appropriations.
Yes, right around the corner.
You mean your committee?
Our committee.
We think that Jim Harrison's in charge.
And Pat.
In fact.
They're voting right now. Can we?
Yeah.
Is it a good place?
Yeah, this is a good place.
Okay.
All right,
And then we'll be back.
and I gave, all right,
Okay.
got it.
Would you like me to go?
I'll get out first.